Hey guys, so we are back again with another reading. We are going to do What Do You Need to Hear? So really, Spirit could bring up anything. I'm not sure what Spirit is going to say. It's just them saying whatever message is most important for you guys to hear. So with that being said, I am pretty sick. I've been sick for about a week, so haven't been filming as many readings, but I wanted to get this out to you guys. I'm sorry to have to keep talking about my health in these intros. Not sure why I keep having these issues, but anyway, hopefully things will improve soon. I am just going to push through all the obstacles because sometimes that's what you just gotta do in life. But I do apologize if my voice sounds kind of goopy, or I have to pause, or my voice is scratchy or something. My throat has been hurting, so I think that it might come across in the reading. But hopefully it's going to be a great reading regardless, and you guys won't hear anything like that. And hopefully I'll be able to stop mentioning my health soon. So anyway, with that being said, today we are doing sushi. I thought we'd just go back to some of the sushi piles. I just love these. So we are going to start with number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, and I will show you guys up close. This one, I think it might be like fatty tuna or maybe some kind of red fish. If you guys know, let me know. This one is obviously some kind of white fish. I don't know what it would be. I mean, it kind of looks like cod, but I don't think you can eat raw cod. But if you guys have any idea, let me know. Number 3 is shrimp. I do know this one. I love the detail on this. It's kind of translucent, so they did such a great job on the details. And number 4 is, I think, a kind of crab. So yeah, maybe one of them is already standing out to you. If you guys already know which pile you're being drawn to, definitely go towards that. And if you need some more time, feel free to rewind and then pause and take a few more moments to decide. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, so if you guys picked this pink red sushi, this is going to be your reading. I think it might be fatty tuna, although it could be something else. Let me know if you guys have any ideas of some other fish it might be, but it looks kind of like fatty tuna to me. I want to say right off the bat that I am feeling pretty sick. I've been sick for about a week and I'm still really tired and kind of having trouble talking as long as I usually do in my run-on sentences, just because it's harder to breathe, you know, when you're sick. So just so you guys know, if I sound really different during this reading or off or it's low energy, that's what's going on. I apologize that I keep getting sick. Hopefully all these will be a thing of the past soon. I'm just kind of soldiering through. Maybe it's like a Saturn transit happening. But anyway, let's get into your cards, you guys. You got the King of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Magician, and the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles is reversed. So right off the bat, I feel like you guys are having to make some kind of important decision. There's something that you guys are really thinking about. I feel like you guys are debating over it and kind of not sure what direction to take. So it may have even been something you guys have been trying to manifest for a long time, but now it's coming into fruition. Or if that hasn't happened yet, I feel like it will happen in the future. I feel like I have this energy that things are coming to a head for you guys. Like things are coming to some kind of culmination or some kind of like decision point, you know what I mean? Almost like a wave cresting. Like I'm seeing a wave, you know how if you ever have been surfing or swimming in the ocean, when you kind of have to catch the wave right at that moment where it is like right up at the top, and if you don't catch it right then, you miss it. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening, where you guys are right at that point where the wave is about to crest. And if you ever have gone surfing, body surfing, whatever, you know that if you miss that moment when the wave, there's just this one moment where you have a couple seconds maybe tops to catch the wave, and if you don't, it'll just crash and you'll totally miss it. And I feel like you guys are at that moment where it's like things have been building up and they're coming to a head. There's some kind of like big moment happening for you guys, whether you're aware of it or not. I feel like this is almost a pivotal moment where you're gonna look back like, oh wow, that was like a big deal. But I also feel like a lot of you guys do know that. You're aware of that. There is this awareness for you where it's almost like you don't want to mess things up. You don't want to make the wrong choice. You know that this is important. So you're spending a lot of time thinking about it, and you're spending a lot of time going back and forth like, oh, did I make the right choice? Or maybe I should have done that. Or you're still deciding and you're like, okay, I could go that way, I could go that way. And it's just really like weighing on your mind, I guess, is this kind of, I know I need to make this happen. I know this change is going to take place. It's like you can feel it. I keep seeing that metaphor of the wave, because sometimes when you are surfing or body surfing, it's like you get kind of scared at the last moment. It's like, oh, that's a really big wave, but you're already in place. You've already lined yourself up, and you know, it's a lot of times it's better and it's safer just to actually catch the wave rather than hang back. Because if you kind of don't go into it all the way, it can be more dangerous, if you try to bail out. So you just have to follow it through. And I feel like that's kind of like what's happening with you guys, where there's these nerves that I'm picking up on, and there's this like nervousness or a little bit of fear, to be honest, but it's like that this is something that has to happen. That there's this change coming up that's going to be a big deal, but you don't know exactly, like there's this, I don't know, doubting, but you kind of know you have to follow through on it. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be a fresh, brand new start for you guys that's going to come through. So I feel like that's really exciting. Let's get into some of the oracle cards. We got Cave, Sanctuary, River, Movement, and Iceberg, Submerged. I feel like for some of you guys, this could be a change in housing or in your living situation with Sanctuary and Submerged. Some of you guys may have felt very stuck in your situation. It could even be like work or even just feeling really stuck in life. But for some of you, this is like a move. If you guys have been thinking about moving or making a move, I definitely see that for many of you, that would be something that's going to take place. For others of you, you may have just felt very stuck in your life where it's like things just aren't moving forward. You feel very glued down into a situation, very stuck, very like things are not moving forward. And I feel like that is about to change for you guys. You guys are about to come out of this and not be submerged into it. There is going to be movement happening. There's going to be forward momentum. There's going to be some kind of a change. Some of you guys, it's like you've been frustrated by this situation, but you're so stuck in it that it's almost like you just accepted it and you're like, well, it's not that bad. Like probably if I had told you these changes were happening 6 months ago, a year ago, you probably would have been super thrilled, like jumping up and down, so excited. But now it's almost like you become very used to this situation and you're very much like kind of, you tried to make the best of it, but it's almost like now you're scared. You're like, oh wait, so now it's time to leave it behind. Like I kind of got used to it. But I feel like this is such a necessary big change. I really feel like, I feel like this is a really big change for you guys. I don't feel like this is a small change. You know how sometimes it's almost like you think something's going to be a big change, but your life kind of stays the same? I know for me, I moved cities, and even though I had changed cities, it was like my day-to-day lifestyle was pretty much the same. So I thought this was going to be like this big change for me, but it was pretty much the same. It wasn't like this big deal. You know what I mean? And I feel like you guys don't even know that this is just going to be a huge change for you guys. This is going to be the change you guys have wanted for so long. So I feel like you guys sense that, and it's kind of scaring you. You know what I mean? I always think it's funny, and I've used this metaphor before, that sometimes we really think we want something, but when it actually happens, there can be a lot of fear attached to it. Like I always say, like, you know, maybe we all have our celebrity crushes, but if you could imagine a scenario, like I've lived in LA, and sometimes you will see these celebrities, you know, out and about in stores. And if you could imagine a scenario in which whoever your biggest most huge celebrity crushes just came up to you in a store and was like, hey, can I get your number and take you out to dinner? As amazing as that may sound in your head, the actual reality of it would probably be pretty intimidating. And I feel like you would probably go home and like be like, I have nothing to wear, and be super nervous about how you look, and maybe more self-conscious about like your appearance, you know, than you ever were before. And suddenly you'd be like, oh my God, like what is happening? I don't have the kind of money or lifestyle to be dating this person. Like what's going on? You know what I mean? So it's so funny. A lot of times we think that, you know, we would just be overjoyed if these big changes happened. But when they do happen, it's like we don't feel ready for them, you know, and we can kind of psych ourselves out like, oh my God, I'm not ready for this. Why is this happening? What's going on? Oh no. And it can scare us. It's so different kind of imagining how something is going to happen or dreaming about it. But then when we actually make it happen and bring that into our lives and actually have to face it, it can be a very different feeling than we would expect. You know what I mean? And I feel like you guys are coming up to that moment, almost like, you know, an actor that acted in a movie and dreamt of winning an Oscar, and now it's Oscar night and they're nominated and they're the favorite and they know they're probably gonna win, and even though they're excited, they're also really scared. Like a lot of times we don't imagine that those things, when they take place, a lot of times are going to scare us. So I feel like for you guys, even though you may have wanted to get out of this situation or to fix something, it's almost like this seemed like a huge thing to fix. I'm seeing an image of like a boulder. It's almost like this a huge immovable boulder that you guys had to press out of the way, and at a certain point you just kind of accepted like, well, I'm probably never going to get to move it, it's too big, it's too heavy, I'm going to keep trying and pressing it, but like I doubt it's going to happen. And now the boulder's starting to move, and now it's like, oh wow, okay, this moment is really here. So I feel like there's a lot of nerves on your end, and there's this nervous energy that I'm getting, like this extremely nervous like overwrought kind of energy. It's almost like you guys just don't know what's going to happen next, and all these scenarios are running through your mind. So with that being said, we got contract, the garden and the gate, the thinking man, and happy family. So I feel like for you guys, some of you guys might be signing a contract. So this could be like I was talking about, moving houses and having to sign a new lease on an apartment or on a new home or something like that. For some of you, it could be switching careers, or maybe even, I don't know, getting married or something. But I feel like for a lot of you, there's this legal aspect to it of you guys actually having to like sign your signature and, you know, agreed to legal terms or whatever. Like I feel like this is a big change, and for many of you guys it is going to have this legal component to it. With thinking man, again, like you guys are thinking a lot about this. I feel like a lot of you guys may already know what kind of change I'm talking about. If you don't know yet, then I feel like this is what's going to be happening in the future. But again, with the nervousness, and I feel like you guys just keep running through the scenarios in your mind. If you guys do have to make choices, which many of you will have to decide between, you know, this apartment or that apartment, or should I move here, should I move there, or should I go to this company, should I go to that company, like it just keeps going through your mind. It just keeps running through that. But the thing is, with the garden and the gate and the happy family card, which I a lot of times do relate to like houses and stuff. So again, many of you guys could be moving, but this is a really positive, beautiful change. This is about abundance and you guys moving into a much more positive stage in your life. So I feel like you guys shouldn't be too worried or too nervous. I know it's hard when you really don't know what's going to happen next, and you just kind of have to put your blind faith in the universe or in God. It's literally, you know, the personification of that song, Jesus Take the Wheel. Like it's like you have not as much control during these times. When we're seeing our manifestations come to fruition, a lot of times it's like, I didn't know it was going to happen this way. Like I imagined that, and it can be scary to go into it and feel like this woman on these cards where you have the blindfold on and you literally have no idea what's going to happen next or what this change is going to bring in. But I do feel like this is a really positive change for you guys. So you shouldn't be stressed out. You shouldn't be too nervous about it. You shouldn't be worried, because this is a positive change. So going into other cards, we got partnerships and alliances, rest and rejuvenate, shadow, recognition and reward, and accelerated motion. So again, with accelerated motion being the final card, especially, like, this is, like I said, I feel like for a lot of you guys, your life, it's like that metaphor of the wave cresting. If you've ever surfed, I keep coming back to this, or body surfed or swam or anything in the ocean, you know that a lot of times you spend actually in the water like that, you're just waiting for the wave to come. You're just kind of staring out, looking for a good wave, watching the small waves pass. You're like, okay, when is it going to happen? And then it's like you see the big one and you get a few seconds to like, oh, okay, let me get into position. You see it coming on the horizon. But when it's actually there, it happens really quick. Like, you have to already be lined up. It has to be ready to go. And then you basically just have to not chicken out, and you have to swim into the wave and let it take you and crest you, and then you can, you know, get to the shore and have this amazing kind of surfing experience. But I feel like you guys, it's like almost like you guys are waiting there in the ocean, bobbing along on your surfboard, waiting for the wave, and you can see it and it's almost there. And what you guys have to know is, once it crests, once this change does happen, I do see you guys being very busy for a while. I do see you guys having to be in a lot of busyness. And so I do feel like it's important for you guys to get some rest in. I've given a reading like this for some people before, so many of you guys may have picked the same card, and I feel like this message is similar. Like, this is just a big change coming in, and you guys are going to need a lot of energy. You guys are going to need to rest. I feel like that's something your spirit guides really want you to know, is that once this happens, it's going to happen quick, and everything needs to be lined up like that metaphor of the surfer. You can't be like 30 feet away in the wrong direction and swim over in time to catch the wave, because if you are able to see the wave, pretty much it's already going to be too close for you to get there in time. You know, maybe you could go catch that wave once it's far off on the horizon and you can barely see it and there's all these waves before it, then you can swim into place. But once you're able to really see that wave and know that it's coming, it's already almost too late. And so I feel like you guys are just swimming. You guys have done the work to line yourselves up, but this wave is coming fast, and you want to make sure that really everything is perfectly lined up, because I feel like this change is going to happen regardless, but I feel like it's going to be a lot easier on your body and just on yourself in general if you guys have some rest and you guys have some extra reserves in your energy tank. So you guys might be feeling the need lately to even like eat a little bit more or sleep a lot, or you're just like, why have I not wanted to work out, or why am I so hungry or something? And a lot of that is because you are going to need a little bit of extra energy going into this change. I feel like some of you guys are going to be packing. Like, I'm seeing someone like staying up late and packing, and anyone who's had to move knows the hell of packing and how long it takes and how much physical labor it entails. It's just difficult on your body to be like lifting, 60-pound boxes all the time and carrying them from your apartment to your truck, or you can hire moving companies. I like to pack my own stuff because I'm just careful about like how it gets packed. I don't like anything to get broken, but of course you guys might want to hire someone. But I just feel like this is going to be a lot of busyness for you guys, and you're going to need to have a little bit extra sleep. I feel like for you guys, some of you guys, again, this is going to be signing legal documents and maybe joining a new company, or maybe signing a marriage license or something. But this is just a huge change for you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys have been stuck. Maybe you guys have been doing a lot of shadow work. I'm seeing that you guys, like, this is a culmination. I feel like a lot of you guys have been manifesting this for a while. I don't feel like this is the kind of change that just happens out of the blue where someone is, you know, just living their life and suddenly some random change comes in. I feel like this is something you guys have been working towards, trying to manifest, wishing for a very long time. And so now it's coming to fruition. And I feel like you guys just have to be ready to accept it. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to happen in ways you wouldn't necessarily plan out. So you just have to kind of be able to go with the flow a little bit. So we also got Gentle Gardener, Making a Choice, Solitude, Rock Bottom Reversed, and Mountain. So yeah, making a choice coming through again. For many of you guys, I do feel like you guys are going to have to decide. There's going to be some aspect of picking and choosing, like, okay, I could go this way, I could go that way. So I think you guys will have to kind of listen to your guides and listen to your intuition to make this choice, because I do feel like this is a big decision. I feel like you guys are on a path that is going to lead you there in the right direction, and I feel like your guides are going to nudge you. But I feel like if you guys, like, your guides are going to be trying to speak to you to really help you make the best choice. So if there's something you guys are wanting to know, like if you are deciding between making a move and maybe you're deciding between cities or deciding between the type of place, whether it's a house, an apartment, whatever, or deciding between companies or whatever, you can always ask your guides to make it really obvious for you and to send you really clear signs. And so, you know, my guides have sent me like people running down the road in a, you know, sports team shirt of the city I was thinking of moving to, stuff like that, or, you know, a song that comes on with that place's name in the title. So you guys might ask them to make a really obvious sign for you if there's things that you just really don't know and you're really racking your brain about it. But I feel like you guys have been trying to manifest this for so long that a lot of you guys are going to know in your heart, because this is such a big choice that I feel like your spirit guides are going to be very present, trying to speak to you, trying to push you in the right direction. So a lot of you guys have been going through a really hard, dark time. With Rock Bottom Reversed, I feel like that's coming to an end. With Mountain, it's also telling me that you guys have been on this journey, and this has been like a period of trials and testing, and you guys having to, you know, push forward despite opposition. It's been a very difficult time for you guys, and it may have been a kind of a lonely time. And I feel like for right now, this is the beginning of I don't want to say the end to that cycle, because I do feel like you might have to be alone, or you might have to go through some testing for a little bit longer. But like I said, this is the culmination of that. I feel like you guys have already grown so much, and things are going to get a lot better, a lot more positive. It's kind of like it's easier to be tested in like a Lamborghini versus like a beat up car that keeps breaking down on the highway. You know what I mean? Like, you can still experience testing at different levels, but when we have certain improvements in our lives, it makes it a lot easier. And I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of improvements in your lives that make things a lot easier. With Gentle Gardener coming out, you guys should know, like in this image, look how, you know, there is just like a spirit guide or an ancestor watching right over these people in this field, these little fairies. So know that like God, spirit guides, spirit, whatever you guys believe in, but spirit is right there watching over this and orchestrating this. I feel like your guides have been trying to make this happen for a long time. I feel like a lot of you guys, what I'm feeling is very frustrated. And I feel like you guys have been feeling that for a very long time. I feel like there was a big period where you guys just felt kind of at your wit's end, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, or it's just been so difficult. And I feel like that cycle is going to come to an end. You may still be tested, and it may still be a little bit of solitude, but it's like so much more positive. It's not so difficult. It's a lot easier. It's almost like you guys were biking uphill. If you've ever been biking, you know that when you have to bike uphill for like a really long time, it's just almost unbearable. And then it's almost like you're cresting onto the top and the hill levels out, and you still have to bike and you still have to work, but it's so much easier now. So I feel like that is going to be this change. This change that's coming in, I feel, is going to bring in this much easier period for you guys, where it's almost like maybe if you move locations or something, the stuff that comes up that is difficult is going to be a lot easier for you to handle, a lot easier for you to bear because of this changed location. And so know that your spirit guides are doing that. They are watching over everything. This is not a fluke. This is not something that happened that's out of control, that they're like, oh no, I can't believe this is going on. They have orchestrated all of this, and they have their hands really directly watching things. I feel like for some of you guys, there may even be a time when like you apply to live in like an apartment or something, and you get rejected the first time, and you're like disappointed, but like that's their protection. You know what I mean? So I feel like if some of you guys made the wrong choice, your guides would like redirect you, because they're very involved at this point. They've heard how upset you guys have been, and so they are trying to make some changes for you guys, but it took some time. So other cards we got: higher power, go the distance, chop wood, and orphaned. Wow, I love these as like the last card pull. So higher power, again, you guys are just being watched over. They want you to know that they are so much involved in this. They're watching over you. They are very much looking over everything and orchestrating it. So don't doubt that. Don't feel like everything's out of control or everything's going off the rails, even if sometimes it may feel like that during these negative periods. They are directly involved, and they want you to know that. With go the distance, it's like you guys just need to like keep going just a little bit more. Again, I'm getting this energy of frustration, of how hard it's been, and I feel like you guys are really coming towards kind of the end. Like I feel like you guys are going to have to still work. There's still going to be some hardships with it. It's going to be so much easier. It's going to be so much better than it's been. It's going to be so much more easy. And so they just want you to keep going. With go the distance and chop wood, it's like, I feel like they're telling me that they have so respected how you guys have persevered through this difficult time. You guys have just had a very like earth energy, kind of like, I'm just gonna keep going and just put one foot in front of the other, and I'm just gonna keep soldiering on. And they so respect that, and they're telling me that's one of the reasons why this big change kind of reward is coming through, is because you guys have been so stoic, and like on the other side they are so impressed by how you guys have handled it, because they're telling me that not everyone could have handled this in the same way, and not everyone could have persevered through this difficult period in the way that you guys did. So they just have, I'm hearing nothing but respect. You know how that meme went around that was like, nothing but respect for my president, or like, you know, internet joke, and that's what I'm hearing in my mind, nothing but respect for. And that's like what they're saying about you is, and a lot of times someone would link like a picture of, you know, their favorite celebrity, and they would say nothing but respect for my president. It'd be like a picture like Lady Gaga or something. But like, I feel like your guides are saying that about you guys, like you're their favorite celebrity basically. So they really are like so in awe. I'm also hearing we stand. So I feel like they're trying to tell me that you are like a celebrity to them, in that they are so amazed at how you guys have handled this. It's like they're just like clapping like on the other side. And so that's one of the reasons why they have been trying to like orchestrate this reward for you. And I feel like in a way I'm hearing like it's almost like it took longer than they intended. Like they were trying to make this happen, but there was a lot of stuff that had to be arranged. And they're so like impressed at how you guys have persevered, and so they really want to give you guys a reward because they're like, you so deserve it, you know. And so I feel like some of you guys at times may have felt kind of orphaned, may have felt kind of abandoned by your guides, even like, where are you guys, why aren't you helping, you guys are the worst guides ever kind of vibes. But they were right there with you. They were definitely watching over you, and they still are. So they're going to come through with this reward for you guys. And I feel like that's going to be proof. And when it all happens, I feel like you guys are going to have like, oh, okay, that was worth it. So let me get a few final cards for pile 1. Okay, so we got the 6 of Swords. Wow. Oh, okay. And let me get 2 more cards for pile 1. Okay, they always sneak out 2 at the end. I mean, they always, they snuck out 3 this time. Every time I'm like, hey, just 1 card left, they're like, oh, and it's almost, I don't know, it's just so funny to me. They're kind of sneaky like that, but I love it when they do that. So anyway, we got the 6 of Swords, we got the 5 of Pentacles, we got the Moon, we got the 5 of Wands, the Magician, the Strength card, and we got the 3 of Swords. So the description, I love the description. This was the first one that came out on the 6 of Swords. The end of challenging times, things are looking up. A welcome relief, finding your way to a peaceful place. The end of depression or an illness, travel or relocation. So yeah, this is really about, some of you guys may have also been in like poverty situation with the 5 of Pentacles. Money may have been really difficult for you guys. And it may have just been, I mean, there's a lot of negative cards here. We've got the, sorry guys, I had to take a drink of water, but you guys got the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, excuse me, the 5 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. So yeah, there has been a lot of hardship. There's been a lot of difficulty. I feel like even you guys might have been feeling heartbroken. Like it's been a lot of pain. There may have been a lot of conflict. It may have been a living situation that was full of conflict and lack of money as well, and just real difficulty getting through this. But that is truly coming to an end for you guys. We got the Magician again, so they're telling me that your manifestations are working. You may have felt like, oh my god, they're not working, I keep doing this stuff and none of it's working and none of it's happening, but it is. We got the Magician card twice. So you guys are going to start seeing the results of your manifestation. It's going to start happening. It's going to start coming forth in your life. And with the Strength card again, Spirit is just acknowledging that you guys have had to go through so much, and they have nothing but respect for how you guys have handled yourself. And with Moon coming out, I feel like they really want you to know that you need to be listening to your intuition. For some of you with this decision, there is going to be an aspect where you guys have to listen to Spirit. It may even be a decision where you're like, wait, do that? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? But like, listen to Spirit, because I feel like they had this plan all worked out for you guys. And there is going to be this aspect where some of you guys are going to almost chicken out at the end, where it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to move there. Like, I don't want to switch jobs or whatever it is. And they want you to go ahead with it, and they want you to listen deep down into your intuition, not into what your fears say or the nervousness that happens when we make a change in life. They want you to listen to your intuition and to your soul. This is the end of this difficult period. This is moving into a new part of your life. I'm almost hearing, like, I'm hearing that line that always comes up for me for difficult situations, which is like from Taylor Swift's Call It What You Want, where she says, I brought a knife to a gunfight, they took the crown, but it's all right. And she's just so sad in that song when she sings it, but I love that song. It's Call It What You Want. So look up that song if you need to hear the vibe I'm talking about. But the great thing about that song is she's talking about like how happy she is now, and it only came from the loss and the hardship of when she was kind of publicly humiliated back in 2016. I feel like I sound like a Taylor Swift scholar or something, but yeah, like, so that's what she's talking about, that whole Kanye Kim debacle, where they kind of lied and whatnot, and she was like publicly, everyone was saying she was canceled or whatever. So it's like she went through so much pain, and then it led to that relationship. And I feel like you guys are in that period now where you haven't seen the new, it's like you haven't, so it's like beauty for ashes is what you guys are getting, and you haven't seen the beauty yet. You've only seen the ashes. You guys have only seen the hardship, but you haven't seen that it's going to blossom into this beautiful fresh start. And I feel like a lot of you guys are in that moment of like, you've kind of like lost a lot, taken a lot of L's, had a lot of hardship, had a lot of difficulty. And so this is going to be coming to an end. You guys are going to be moving to this new change, and I feel like it's going to be so beautiful. I'm so happy for you guys, and I feel like your guides are really involved in this and really orchestrating it so that it's really the ideal. It may not make sense to you right at first. You might be like, this? You want me to go here? And it may just seem counterintuitive, but I feel like your guides have this all very much planned, and they are steering this, and they are moving you in the right direction. So don't be afraid. Go with this. This is a beautiful start in your life, even if it may not seem that way. You just are going to have to be a little bit brave and a little bit, trusting of them, but know that this is a beautiful change. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it did. I love this pile. I'm so excited for you guys. I wish I could cheer you guys on with my usual energy. I'm just pretty sick, and I hope it didn't dampen down this reading, but this is such a beautiful reading for you guys. I am so excited for you guys, and I just know this is going to be a beautiful change, and I can feel how much you guys deserve it and how like it's been such a long time coming. So please let me know if it resonated in the comments, you guys. I would love to hear your stories about this, and also make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to be notified next time I post. Hopefully I'll have a lot more energy next time. But yeah, I am sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey pile 2, so if you guys picked this white fish sushi, this is going to be your reading. I'm not sure what kind of fish this would be. It kind of looks like cod to me, but I don't think they make cod sushi. I could be wrong. But if you guys have any ideas, definitely let me know. And I also wanted to just let you guys know quickly that I have been sick for the past week. I'm still pretty congested and just not feeling my best. I'm pretty tired. So if I seem low energy or my voice sounds off, a little like stuffed up or something, I do apologize. But hopefully we can have a really great reading regardless. I'm not sure why I've had so many health stuff going on, but hopefully it will be over soon. But anyway, let's get right into your reading, guys. So right off the bat, we got the 9 of Cups, we got Judgment reversed, we got the Page of Cups, we got the 3 of Cups reversed, the Empress, the Star, and the 10 of Cups reversed. So this is kind of interesting, and the rest of the cards we got are interesting as well. I'm kind of getting a vibe that for some of you, this may be someone returning from your past or some kind of a like third party situation. I'm not quite sure, but I definitely feel like you guys are going to have someone coming towards you. I also feel like you guys have just reached kind of like a culmination point in your life in general. There's a level of power you guys have. Maybe you guys kind of have been through stuff and like glowed up, or you were rejected by someone and someone is seeing you, watching your social media and being like, wow, okay, they're doing really good. Like maybe they broke up with you or left you behind or something like that, but now they're starting to see how powerful you guys seem, how in your power you guys are, and now they're kind of plotting like, how do I return? And this person might be involved in another relationship, but I'm not fully certain, so we're gonna go into some other cards, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting right off the bat. you know, I feel like with judgment reverse, this person might have done you badly. They might have kind of not been very aware of how they acted. Like they may have been kind of denying to themselves. You know, judgment is basically judgment. Like it's like you're supposed to, it can be a bunch of different things. For me, a lot of times it represents karma. It can represent a fresh start, but a lot of times it can also represent just looking at your life and kind of judging it and taking stock of it and being like, oh, I did this. Oh, that was cool. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done that, kind of a thing. And so with it being reversed, this person could have been very resistant to looking at their actions and looking at them honestly and being like, I really messed that up. And so it might have been something they denied, pushed away for a long time, and was trying to just move forward. And now it's like they can't, like they couldn't stop thinking of you, or they couldn't get this situation out of their head, and they've seen how well you guys have done, and so they may be kind of making a return. So yeah, that's kind of the card I'm getting from the Rider-Waite so far, but we do have a bunch of other cards as well, so let's get into some of those. We got Fire, Passion, Dawn, New Beginnings, Mountain, Strength. So I also want to talk also about the Empress. I just feel like you guys have been very powerful, and with the Star and the Empress, I do feel like there's someone who's been like looking at your social media and seeing it and kind of being like, wow, this person is doing so well. Maybe they were lurking on your Instagram or something, but there's something where you guys, I can feel your energy is very powerful. Like it's like you guys have, I feel like you guys have been through some stuff with Mountain, Strength. Like maybe you guys have had a trying year, 2 years. I mean, obviously everyone's been going through it with COVID. But I feel like with you guys, maybe, you know, even more so than most people, you guys have glowed up. Because I actually have been looking around at the world, and I feel like a lot of people have gotten a lot stronger over the past, you know, couple years. Not trying to say like everything that happened was a good thing, but it's like I do feel like a lot of people have had to do some deep spiritual growth and they're coming out of it more powerful. But I feel like maybe even more so with you guys, like you guys have been almost like, you know, a piece of coal made into a diamond. Like you guys have been under a lot of pressure and you came out of it really strong. So I feel like this person is looking at you and just kind of in awe, like, wow, like, oh, this person is doing so well for themselves. And they probably are very attracted to you with Fire, Passion. I do feel like this person really is very attracted to you. They may look at your pictures in like a very, how do I put this in a PG way, fiery, passionate way, fire energy. So I'm seeing like the King of Wands in my mind. So they may be very attracted to you and look at your photos in that kind of a sense, if you get what I'm trying to say and keeping it PG. But yeah, so I feel like this person, you know, it's almost like I'm getting the vibe of like, they thought their feelings would go away. They thought that they could move past it. And now it's kind of like, they're like, oh, damn, I'm not really going to feel this way about someone else. But what's interesting with the 3 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Cups reversed is that definitely generally indicates that this person's in another relationship, for sure, especially those cards being combined. They may even be married or have a family. So if there was someone from your past that you were like, they married someone else, they have kids now, I'm sure they don't think of me, it's like, no, they definitely might be coming back to you. I feel like with the Page of Cups, they do want to like come back. With Dawn, New Beginnings, I feel like if you guys were open to that or amenable to that, this may be like a new start in life. But you guys might be so in your Empress energy that you're like, oh, heck no, like I am way past that. I mean, I feel like you guys are somewhat prosperous, or you guys have a life that's like good with the 9 of Cups. Like I feel like you guys have, again, you've been through some stuff, but there's a positive, powerful energy I'm getting from you. So I don't feel like you are like moping around, like being like, oh, I wish they would come back. It's like you have a good life, you know what I mean? So I feel like it would be up to you. Some of you guys may just be like, no, I'm good. Like, yeah, I probably would have been open to you when you first came back, but now I'm done. Which would make sense if this person did remarry or has a new family. Like, definitely, I've seen that happen a lot in readings where someone will like still have feelings for one person and they marry someone else. And I'm just like, make it make sense. Why would you do that? Like, that just seems so crazy to me as someone who's worked in family law and has had to help people get divorces. Like, you do not want to get a divorce if you can avoid it. So I just don't understand that. But you would be surprised at how much it does happen where someone will still be pining for someone, still be in love with someone, and then they get married or have kids with someone else. I mean, the logic left the building a long time ago, but it happens. So I feel like you guys might just be like, you know what? No, like, that's too much. You guys are just not interested as much anymore, especially if they did make that choice. And I totally understand. But either way, I feel like this person does want to come towards you. If they're not actually stepping forward, I definitely feel like they are going to. I mean, they're popping out in this What You Need to Know reading, which I wasn't expecting to turn into a love reading. So that shows you that they're thinking about you a lot. And we got unexpected visitors, storm fields, goblins, and ride the wave. So yeah, with unexpected visitors, I mean, they definitely could be popping up, DMing you, sending you a text, coming, I don't know, to your home. I mean, that seems a little over the top creepy, but maybe if they have your address or something, you know, they might do one of those fake like, oh, hey, I was in the area, and I saw your house and I just figured I'd drop by and see how you've been. Like, I feel like this person is probably scheming, like, how do I get back in there? What should I say? How do I approach them? What kind of a text should I send? I keep getting that this person is thinking of you a lot, because it's like they're telling me that's how, like, they butted to the front of the line of your spirit guides. They were just like, no, I have this important message. Like, I wasn't expecting this to be a love reading, you know what I mean? So for them to be bursting in and like talking over your spirit guides, like, says to me that they are thinking of you a lot. So whether they step forward with an actual offer or not, I definitely feel like they are thinking of you a lot, watching you a lot, for sure. I know sometimes these messages can be so frustrating when you've moved past someone and you're like, I don't want to hear from you. I'm trying to get life advice, but I'm just the messenger. So unfortunately, I have to relay what Spirit says. So yeah, if you guys are like, I'm totally done with this person and I don't want anything to do with them, I definitely feel like you know, obviously, like, it's 2021 and we have a choice, and we don't, you know, it's not like caveman era where they can like hit you over the head and drag you back to the cave. But so you have a choice, but it's like, yeah, this person definitely thinks of you a lot. And I feel like they definitely feel like you have moved past them, I guess, in their life. Like, I feel like they look at you and whatever kind of life you guys have, even if you're like, I don't think my life is that great, they definitely think of you as, like, I feel like having some kind of a glamorous life or moving past them. Like, I feel like I'm getting the vibe that they didn't expect you to be as much of a success as you've been. Not that they were like, oh, this person's such a loser, but I feel like this person was very unaware. Like, I feel like this person, they didn't think that much. Like, I don't think they used their judgment. I think they have been very, like, almost unconscious about their life choices, which is generally the energy I see when someone marries someone else. Usually that indicates anyway, like, almost always when I picked up on someone who has actually been in love with someone and then they go ahead and marry someone else, is a lot of times there's a very strong unconscious energy. So that person is not the type of person to think through their decisions and be like, okay, so if I get this job and 5 years down the road, I'm really hoping to move to this, and if I do this, maybe I could go there, and you know, but I really appreciate that this person gave me the reference, so I don't want to, let me try to talk to them about it. Like, no, they're very unconscious. They're probably just like, oh, I get $5 extra an hour, sure, I'll do it. Like, they just do things, you know what I mean? So their energy is very, I don't know, it's just unconscious is the best way to describe it. And I feel like this person, it's like that. Like, they didn't think things through that deeply. So it's like, I think it's not that they thought you were going to fail, but they never expected you guys to be such a big success. And I feel like you guys have stayed very attractive. So I feel like this person it's like they just think you're really attractive. And it's kind of like, I feel like you guys aged better than they did, to be honest, is what I keep getting. So I feel like they just keep comparing and kind of like they're in shock at how like good you guys look. But yeah, with Stormfields and Goblins, like I feel like this person may be in a, maybe their relationship is very unpleasant, or like there's a lot of fighting and stuff, or maybe they're just kind of with a low vibrational partner. A lot of these relationships, I keep going back to it, but where someone marries someone, when it's just because when you actually marry someone else, when you're in love with someone, like that's a very serious thing to do. That's not the same as, going out on a date with someone else or having another girlfriend or boyfriend. When you actually marry someone, that's, to me, that's a level of like just being blunt stupidity. Like it's like, what? Why would you sign and marry? And like, so there's something a lot very, very dramatic going on, and generally it's not a super high vibrational energy that you'll see when someone is going to engage in that for whatever reason. Not saying that's permanent and where they're going to be for life, but it's not someone who's like thinking with their highest version of themselves. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me if this person that they ended up with or the relationship is full of conflict, because generally it's a low vibrational decision to make when you're with someone, in love with someone else, you marry someone just for whatever reason, like you're not, like I said, you're not thinking with your highest self. So it doesn't surprise me if they did attract a partner that was kind of low vibrational and maybe chaotic themselves, or maybe had an inkling of the fact that they had feelings for you. Their partner might also, because goblins sometimes can indicate like jealousy and some envy going on. So it could be that their partner is aware of you and kind of looks at your social media as well. You could even be like a topic of conversation between them, of like they comment on like, did you see what she posted on her Instagram, or did you see where he was traveling? And it's like there's some jealousy from their partner, and then this ex that you have is kind of a little bit in awe, so it creates tension. Yeah, it's a very interesting energy here. And then we got ride the wave, so that could just mean that, this is going to be kind of a big event that just happens. I feel like it just may be one of those fated things where whether you are not thrilled about the concept or not, like it's going to happen. You are going to be okay at the end of it, but it's just kind of something that was like fated to take place. And, you just kind of got to go with the flow, I feel like. So we also got partnerships and alliances, awareness, rejoice in celebration, which is the Three of Cups again, and movements, choices, and decisions. So like I said, you guys do have a choice in this. Like it's not going to be, obviously like against your will. Like, hopefully, you're in a place where like women have, or men, or everyone has the ability, but especially women, since it's usually women's rights that get curtailed, have the ability to choose and like turn someone down. I do feel like for most of you, you guys are going to be able to say no, and if you're not into this person, that they will be, sent out of your life. So if you guys are like hearing this and you're completely panicking, like I don't want to deal with this person again, I feel like it's like ride the wave, like just go along with it and know that your guides are protecting you and stuff. And even if this person does want to enter into a relationship with you again, you obviously have a say in the matter. So don't feel like you have to go along with it just because of this person's desires or their wants towards you. Like you guys have a say, and of course, listen to what your intuition says. Also with awareness, I feel like this person just thinks of you a lot. I feel like this person very much has a focus on you. Again, that they look on your social media all the time. They very much pay attention to you and kind of check out what you are doing. You guys might feel like you have a psychic connection to them. It may feel like you're thinking about them all the time, or you're going about your day and bam, you're just overwhelmed with thoughts of them. And a lot of times that happens when someone's really thinking about you a lot, especially if you had some kind of sexual relationship with them, because that creates connections in our chakras, in like your root chakra and your base chakras. So it's like you may have, you know, if you did sleep with this person, or even if you didn't, you can still have that kind of psychic energetic connection flowing between you guys. So I feel like this person spends a good portion of their day thinking about you. I definitely feel like you are on their mind constantly, like a lot of the time. It's funny, their energy is really easy to pick up on, and they are telling me that they think about you all the time, and you're kind of like never not on their mind. So we also got unfinished symphony, poised, regeneration, and not for you. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, I feel like it's almost like a fresh start is what I'm getting with regeneration. You guys may have ended it on a bad note, or there was just never any closure or something, but it's almost like this is a new chance, or that's what this person would want. I definitely feel like they kind of put you on a pedestal. Like they see you as this beautiful fairy who's up on a literal pedestal, and they just see you as being so poised and so like having your life together and so in charge of everything and so powerful. So I feel like they spend a lot of time kind of thinking about you, looking at you, and they just really respect you. Like it's like I feel like they, again, I keep getting that they never expected you to do as well as you have done. They never expected you to, I feel like you guys just still really look really good, and I feel like this person is just kind of blown away by how you guys have handled yourself since you were together with them. With unfinished symphony, it's like they really don't think things are over between you guys. So in their mind, this still has the chance to keep going. This still has the potential to turn into, I feel like, the real thing, which, you know, if they have another family, it is really messy when someone has to go through a divorce. So again, I feel like with not for you, I feel like your spirit guides, they just keep wanting me to let you know. I'm like, why am I saying this? Because to me, this seems obvious, but they want you to know that you have a choice. They want you to know that you get to decide. Maybe sometimes you guys felt powerless in this relationship. It might have been one of those relationships that seem to have an unequal power balance. Sometimes that happens, you know, when there's a very unconscious person who's just kind of running around. It's almost like they just call the shots energetically, because the other conscious person is like, has to kind of cater to them. Like, you know what I mean? And the unconscious person is just kind of chaotic. And so maybe in the relationship, you felt like this person would just like randomly decide to do stuff and you'd have to kind of follow along. And they really want you to know that you guys have a choice in this, and that whatever you guys decide should be respected and will be respected. So don't feel like you have to give in, or like, oh my gosh, I have no choice. Or, you know, sometimes when you have like that soulmate connection, it can feel like you don't have a choice. It can feel like the other person is like a magnet and you're a piece of metal just being like sucked in, you know? But it's like you do have a choice. And if you don't want this relationship, I feel like with the power of your intentions, your guides will be able to protect you from this person if you feel like you need protection. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't mean that the person has to be coming after you in like a violent way. Obviously, that would be horrible, horrific to see that in a reading. But it's like, even if someone's just constantly tuning into your energy, if you are like, I'm sick of this, I want you out of my life, I'm done with you, then you can ask your guides to do that, and you can ask them to put up protection, protective shields. You can ask them to, you know, disconnect any cords you guys have. And so, you know, I just feel like your guides want you to know, if you're listening to I feel like some people are going to be, you know, maybe happy about this, but I'm definitely getting that some people are going to be listening to this like in horror, like, oh my God, I don't want to hear from this person. I'm so done with them. I can't believe they took over this reading again. So if you guys are truly done with this person, like, just don't let this make you panic, because you guys will have this final say. So we got anxiety, patience, storm warning again, and all tied up. So yeah, I feel like this person just spends a lot of time thinking about you. I feel like you guys like spent a lot of time mourning this. I'm hearing No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. So maybe you guys cried a lot over this person. Maybe you guys spent a long time mourning the loss of this and feeling very connected to this person and feeling very upset about how things ended. Or maybe there was never any closure and it was one of those situationships where afterwards you're racking your brain like, what even just happened? Was that what do I even call them? Was that an ex-boyfriend? Was that an ex-girlfriend? Or was it just like, I don't even know. It's like, what was that? And you were constantly processing it. But I feel like you guys, it's almost like you took your focus off this person and you focused on other aspects of your life, and you guys glowed up and became very powerful. And I feel like that's one reason that this person is coming back to your life. A lot of times when someone glows up in other aspects of your life, it like draws these people in from the past, like a moth to a flame. So it may be that that's why this person has come back, because you really started focusing on yourself, and now they're like, hey, wait a minute, I liked it when you were energetically connected to me, because even though you may not have been in contact with this person, I feel like they could tell that you were thinking about them a lot. They could tell that you were really sad, and now you've removed your focus and you've kind of focused more on yourself, and they're sensing it and they're kind of like, wait, what just happened? And they want you to be thinking about them. So yeah, I feel like this person definitely, they preferred it when you were tied up and like fixated on them, you know? I feel like they preferred being that in your mind. They wanted to be kind of that one that got away type of figure for you. So for them, I feel like they are very upset with the idea that you moved on. And I feel like with storm warning, your guide just want to let you know that this is coming, and you know, it could be, I feel like you guys are very powerful now and you know how to handle yourself, but it could be disruptive if you guys, you know, don't want this. Can we get more cards? Guidance for pile 2, the whitefish. Can we get more cards and guidance for pile 2, the whitefish? What does pile 2 need to know? What does pile 2 need to know? One card at a time, Spirit. What does pile 2 need to know? So we got the Page of Cups again. We got the 4 of Pentacles. We got the 10 of Swords. Can we get one more card? One more card. What should pile 2 know? What does pile 2 need to know? No, one more card. We just want one more, Spirit. Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles. So with the 10 of Swords, it's, you know, that's kind of about like endings to different situations that can be difficult situations. And I do feel like, you know, you have maybe spent a lot of sleepless nights thinking about this person and dealing with them in your head, and, you know, kind of wondering what happened, trying to piece things together. And so I feel like for you guys, it may just give you closure. However this happens, it may be that this person doesn't actually step forward, but I feel like it will give you closure just to know how this person feels about you. Like even just this reading may be giving you guys closure, because I feel like some of you guys never got that validation from this person. In all honesty, I feel that this person, they may be very narcissistic kind of, and it's like, I feel like they didn't appreciate you the way you deserved. And so I feel like for you guys, it's been really difficult processing everything that happened. It's been really difficult, like putting the pieces back together. And it's almost like now that you've done it, now it's when this person wants to come in. And so I feel like you guys should know that you don't have to accept this if it's not something you want. With Justice coming out, I also feel like there's like karma here where, you know, I feel like this person kind of did you wrong. I don't feel like this person meant to, but again, I just feel like this person is a little chaotic in general, where I don't think they're like very clear about their lives. I feel like they just kind of go and do things. There's not a lot of like deep thinking going on here. You know what I mean? So I feel like if they just left your life, it's almost like you never got the closure you needed. You never got that, talk of like, well, listen, I think we should be on a break because honestly, I'm really stressed about X. I don't think I have time in my life for, like, you never got that. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of you guys, there was a lot of time just spent racking your brain about what happened, and maybe sleepless nights as well. And I feel like for you guys, you have worked on becoming this very powerful, person. And I feel like now you guys may have more money than this person with the Four of Pentacles. And, some of the other cards, the Empress, you guys may have more money than this person, or just be in a more powerful position in life. You may have, like I said, I feel like you guys aged better or something, where maybe at the time you felt like you guys were an attractiveness match, or you felt like they were more attractive than you, and now you meet them and you're like, oh, well, I'm looking really good. I kept my skincare routine up, or something like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like now it's almost like the power balance has shifted, like the scales of justice. It's like it was weighted on one side and now it's flipped. And so, I feel like you guys should know that. Maybe this person might try to guilt you into feeling bad, or feeling like you owe me a second chance, or like something like that. But know that you guys don't. Like, you guys should do what's good for you. And if you guys want a fresh start, we did get the Dreamer, which relates to the Fool. So I feel like that is an opportunity, but we also got the Hermit. So I definitely feel like there's a matter of you guys being able to choose whether you want this person in your life or not. I feel like either way, there is a fresh start coming in for you guys. Even if this person, never approaches you, I feel like you guys are on this really positive trajectory. It's almost like I feel like in a couple years, if this person never steps forward towards you, you're going to get closure on your own, and you're not going to be thinking about this person like hardly at all. But I do feel like this person with the Knight of Pentacles, their intentions are very long-term towards you. Like I feel like they did some reflecting in their life, and now when they come towards you, it's like they realize and they recognize what a gem you are, and how much they want something that would be long-term, not like a hookup, not like, oh, let's, go out for a couple times and that's it. I feel like if they step forward towards you, it's like they see you as like long-term potential now. Maybe they didn't before, but now it's like they want the real thing. But I don't know if you guys will want it, because again, I'm seeing this really positive, beautiful energy, powerful energy that you guys are exuding in your own self. So I don't know if you would want to link up with this person. I definitely feel like it's up to you guys. You guys have the choice. And yeah, for some of you guys with the Page of Cups, looking at that again, that also could just indicate that this person is going to be reaching out to you psychically, specifically. Like, now that I kind of overlooked that before, but now thinking about it, it's like it could be just that they are thinking of you all the time, and they're not ready to fully step forward and send you that text or anything, because we didn't get like Knight of Swords or anything. So it may be just that they constantly think about you, but I feel like either way, you guys should know that you guys are so powerful, and that this person is definitely lurking your social media, and they just kind of are in awe of what you guys have accomplished. I don't think they would ever tell you that, but that's what's going on. But know that them being in awe of you is not an indication of them. It's an indication of you and everything you guys have achieved. I feel like you guys, a lot of people would be in awe of you, and they will continue to be in awe of you, because you guys are on this positive trajectory. So do exactly what you guys want. You guys have, a bank of good karma a little bit, and you guys have earned this. So it's like, I feel like you guys can decide what path you want to go on, and many of you guys are just going to decide to leave this in the past. And some of you guys may decide to like, okay, I'll give it another shot. But I feel like you guys are just on such a positive trajectory that I'm excited for your future regardless. But this person is definitely lurking your social media, and like I said, took over this reading, even though it's not a love reading. So they are lurking and thinking of you really, really hard. I definitely feel like now there's a lot of regret coming through from their side, and just kind of this obsessive focus that I keep getting is like they are just very fixated on you. They have a ton of passion for you. They look at your photos, they look at your social media, they pay a lot of attention to you. So I feel like you guys should just keep on keeping on, because you guys, I feel like the glow up is real. It's not just in their perception. Like, you guys really have glowed up in every way, and you're going to continue to. So you got this Empress energy going on, and it's just, yeah, and star energy, so positive. So just be very confident. Maybe you guys should celebrate, like maybe buy yourself a little piece of cake or something, and you know, have a little mini party for yourself and celebrate how far you guys have come, because I feel like Spirit is telling me that you guys have glowed up since this person like broke your heart so much, and you guys have had so much positive momentum, and it's been difficult, but you guys have done it. So your spirit guides are kind of telling you kudos, clapping for you, and yeah. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it did in the comments. I'm definitely curious about this. And also make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to see more, make sure you guys have notifications on so you can be notified as soon as I post. So I will see you guys again soon. Hopefully I won't be sick next time, so I'll be able to bring a little more energy. But I think my cold wasn't too bad for this reading. So I hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it did, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Bye. Hey pile 3, so if you guys picked this shrimp sushi, this is going to be your reading. They did a really good job on it. It's kind of translucent, just like raw shrimp, and there's so much detail on the tail, on either side, the rice. They just did a great job with these sushi fake foods. So yeah, and I just want to mention up front that I have been sick for the past week, so if my voice sounds off or I seem really low energy, that's what's going on. So if I sound congested and stuff, I do apologize. Hopefully all these weird health issues that keep happening will be over soon. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know up front, and let's get right into it. So we got the Six of Wands, we got the High Priestess, we got the Chariot, we got the Six of Pentacles, the Star, the Five of Wands, and we got the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And those were clarifying cards that I pulled at the very end of all the card pulls. So yeah, I feel like there is some kind of forward momentum that's going to be happening in your life. It really could be something public, so that's kind of interesting that we have two cards talking about like a public, I don't know, some kind of public recognition or public performance or something like that. But there is like forward momentum indicated in the card pulls. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's going to be some kind of a deep thinking that you guys need to do, possibly planning, possibly, I don't know, maybe combination of all these. Maybe some of you guys do like tarot pulls or something, or maybe you guys have a public social media or something that you might monetize. But there is forward momentum indicated, but I also think you guys are going to have to do some planning and kind of get a grasp on this situation. There's going to be some thinking required, some planning and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I'm not sure how exactly it's going to take place, but I feel like there is going to be some kind of a celebration, forward momentum. There's going to be some kind of a positive movement forward. I'm not sure whether it's happening right now or whether this is something you guys are going to be having to plan for. So yeah, let's get into some of the other oracle cards that we pulled as well. So I got Lake Stillness, Breach, Whale, Reverse, and Winter Solstice Reflection. So this is where I started to get into the feeling that there might be more of a planning emphasis, because it's funny because we have the Chariot, which indicates kind of that things are going to happen and there's a lot of forward momentum, and it's definitely a card about victory, breakthroughs and stuff. But then we got Lake Stillness and Winter Solstice Reflection. We also got Breach, Whale, like that moment when the whale breaches out of the water, but that's reversed. So I kind of feel like maybe this is a period where you guys are going to be thinking, planning. This is like, I feel like in a way it's almost like the calm before the storm or something. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this period is going to be like getting ready, preparation. It may not be that the thing that you wanted is happening right now. It may be that this is the planning stages. This is like getting your ducks lined up in a row so that when it happens, it can happen quick. You know what I mean? But I feel like, I feel like you guys are supposed to be thinking, reflecting, doing a lot of inner thoughts. I always love these periods. Like, this is where, like, me, it's summer right now and I'm wearing this sweater. It is cold where I film, but because I like the AC and everything, I get cold easily, but I love cozy stuff. And I love that period in winter where it's like everything's so still, quiet. I was just thinking about that today. Like, I love that part of winter. That's actually my screensaver on my computer, is a picture of like this snow blanketed scene, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, where it's like, you know, summer is so much fun when everything is like open and you can go out and have a blast and you can do whatever you want all day. You can go work out in the middle of the day, or you can go have drinks at night or whatever. But there's something so special about winter when everything is kind of closed down and everything's hibernating and you are able to get into like this deep thought process. I feel like that's the vibe I'm getting with you guys, where there is this needing for you guys to kind of take assessment of things, plan things out. I do feel like you guys have some kind of victory indicated, and there might be some kind of a public thing. There might be also you guys something having to do, I feel like some of you, with like your social media, or it could be also, these cards could be someone thinking of you. It could be that you guys are on people's minds, and so there's people checking your social media and stuff. But I feel like you guys need to do some reflecting. Like, I feel like you guys need to have some deep thoughts about what's going to happen, and there needs to be an assessment and that kind of checking in with yourself. So let's get into some other cards as well. So we got Magic Prayer, Education, and Compass. So with Compass, that really talks about heading in the right direction. And you know, it's kind of the same energy as the Star, actually, because the Star is all about following that North Star, which is how they used to navigate back in the day before they had compasses. They would follow the North Star in the sky, and that's how they would end up at their destination. And I feel like for you guys, maybe that's what this is indicating, is more of like, you guys are heading in this direction towards a certain destination, and it's like you need to make sure you're kind of following the right path. I feel like for you guys, this is not necessarily the time of like deep action, of like, let's go, we're gonna make this happen, like boom, boom, boom. This is like, you know, it's kind of like the most important part of, you know, a general in the army is not actually that moment of combat where they rush in and they're, you know, swinging their swords at each other. It's that moment in the tent beforehand where the general is like, okay, we're going to attack from that side, and then we're going to come around this, and then we're going to use this water supply, and then we're going to like attack from here. You know what I mean? It's that early planning. And I feel like you guys have like decisions to make, and it's almost like some of you guys have to like decide where you want to head. So yeah, I feel like for you guys, this is like a learning period as well. So I don't know, this is kind of interesting energy, but I feel like you guys are going to need to do a lot of reflection. You guys are going to need to think deeply about all of this. With the High Priestess, a lot of you guys are psychic, and I feel like your guides are wanting to give you guys messages. Can you guys tell me what some of these messages are so I can be more specific? I feel like it's different for a lot of you guys, where they want you to like check in with them, maybe develop like a meditation practice, or maybe for you guys to start doing manifestation work or something. I feel like some of you guys, you don't even know what exactly it is that you want to do. There's like a confusion I'm picking up on. Like, you guys may just be like, I kind of know I'd like to have money, but I have no idea how to get there, kind of a thing. I always think it's really good when we're trying to manifest to like actually have a plan, because it's kind of one thing to be like, oh, I want some money, but it's so much better when you're like, and I'm gonna get it by this, this, and that, because then your guides are like, oh, okay, like I can line that up, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like, I'm that person that I'm so indecisive as a Pisces, so I have gone to restaurants and just so many times asked the waiter, like, what would you recommend? And so many times the waiter or waitress is like, well, I don't know, what do you like? Well, I'm not sure. Well, I always get this, but I don't know. And they don't even feel comfortable like suggesting stuff because they have no idea what you want, you know what I mean? And sometimes they'll suggest stuff, like I'm like a weird person that doesn't like pasta, so every time someone's like, oh, order the pasta, I'm like, no thanks, I don't really like the taste of pasta that much for whatever reason. So, you know, it's like only you will know what you want, and we really have to, I've had to learn to like, okay, let me make this decision for myself. And there have been times when I've taken the waiter's recommendation, I'm like, this isn't very good, and I was wanting to order this and my friend got it and it looks so delicious. And so when we learn to listen to our own voice and really decide what it is we want, it's like our guides can really take it and run with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like going to that restaurant and you don't know what you want to eat. You're just like, bring me something. And the guides are like, okay. And they bring you like a plate of chopped liver. Like, it's like, they're like, maybe they'll like this, but you have to be specific about like, no, I want that ice cream sundae. So we got strategy, door to value, a man holding a heart, and angel of balance. So yeah, with strategy coming through, I feel like you guys, they are just saying that you guys kind of need to strategize. You guys kind of need to decide what exactly it is that you guys want. And with door to value and man holding a heart, I feel like what they're saying is that you guys can have whatever it is that you want. You guys can have you know, literally anything, whether that's love, whether that's money, but it's like you guys have to decide what it is that you want. I feel like there's a lot of confusion going on with you guys where maybe you don't even know what direction you want to head, or maybe you don't even know what you want in a person. Sometimes we're like, well, I've been trying to manifest a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and it's like, well, did you write down what you wanted? You might have had a bunch of people come up and be interested in you that spirit was bringing to you, but maybe none of them were your physical type. You know, I've had like girlfriends that have asked me to set them up with them because I'm a good like matchmaker, and I'm like, okay, what do you want? What's your type? And they're like, well, I don't know. I mean, I just like, I don't know. I like energy. And it's like, no, you need to be specific about your physical type, because I don't want to set you up on a date and you're not attracted to the person. I don't want to set you guys up and then the guy is like, oh, I'm really into her, and you're, you know, not attracted to him at all. I want to make sure that this is like something that can happen. You know what I mean? So it's funny because sometimes we're trying to manifest stuff, but we're so not specific. We don't even know what it is we want. And when you become really specific and you're like, I want that, then your guides are like, oh, okay, I can do that. So I feel like there just needs to be a little reflection for your part. I'm hearing from spirit that you guys are very spiritually very powerful, and it wouldn't be difficult for you guys to manifest whatever it is you want. You guys are very, I feel like a lot of you guys have some psychic abilities, and you're very psychically gifted, metaphysically talented, so you would be able to really get what it is you want, but a lot of you guys don't even know that. And it might be time for you guys to start journaling or just start doing check-ins with yourself to find out what it is that you're supposed to have. So we got wisdom, we got patience and planning, power, and new beginnings. So yeah, like on the same tip, wisdom, patience, and planning, I mean, it's very similar cards where they want you to get knowledge. They want you to find out what it is that you want. They want you to do these internal check-ins. This is really a period of patience. I know sometimes it's so annoying when we get that message that we have to be patient. Like, I hate that message. I'm like, no, I want it now. But honestly, the divine timing is always perfect. And I feel like for you guys, I'm getting the vibe that for a lot of you guys, and this might not, only take what resonates, leave the rest, because it's a general reading, of course. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's not like you're in this horrible situation of being like in a crisis. That's not the energy I'm picking up on. I'm picking up on a calm energy. So I feel like this is kind of like a period of respite where you guys can really decide what it is that you want. You guys have to learn to listen to your heart. You know, I know what's coming to mind is like a few years back, I was seeing a bunch of different psychics. I was you know, paying a lot of money to different psychics for some wisdom and stuff. And I eventually saw one very prominent, well-known astrologer, just for not a psychic reading, but some astrology. And I was asking for wisdom and stuff. And I remember they were like, well, only they were talking about some aspect in my chart. And I was like, can you be specific about what I should do? And they were like, the thing is, only you will know that. Only you know what's in your heart. And you have to listen to that thing that you've been hearing, and only you will know what that is. I can't tell you from your chart because it's just, I can't tell that from the astrology. And I was kind of like, well, okay, why am I paying you so much then? But, you know, that really stuck with me, and that really stayed with me, and it really kept running through my mind. And I look back now as like, that was the best advice I've ever gotten in any of my psychic readings, even though I know I was frustrated at the time, like, can you be specific? But I feel like for each of us, it's an individual life purpose we have. There's an individual message that our guides want to tell us. And so if you guys have been unsure of what direction to head, or, you know, what is the purpose of my life? We all have a special gift, truly, like all of us have a special gift that only we have. All of us as humans are valuable, put on this planet for a reason. There is something that only you can give, a story that only you can tell, like honestly. And so it's up to each of us to figure out what exactly that is. And I feel like your guides have been wanting to tell you guys this for a long time, or trying to communicate it, but maybe you guys have been too busy to find time to meditate, too busy to find time to take out of your day to really check in with spirit and to really listen, because it's kind of like prayer, or us asking for things is like us talking to spirit, talking to God, and meditation is like us listening. You know what I mean? And sometimes it can be really hard to find those moments of quiet to meditate or to really check in with spirit, but it's just so much better when we do. And I feel like you guys have so much power inside of you and such a special gift to spread to the world. A lot of you guys, this may be, again, I keep getting like public, so it could be that you guys are supposed to do something on some kind of a public forum or spread your gift to the world, to multiple people. But I feel like for you guys, only you will actually know. And there's this need for you guys to spend some time really checking in with yourselves and really listening. I know sometimes we can get frustrated, like, can you tell me specifics? But I feel like it's going to vary for each of you, and they just want you, the messages that they want you to check in with them. So we also got Yang, building blocks, message in a bottle, chop wood reversed, and fork in the road, and these three are reversed. So I feel like they're kind of saying with chop wood, building blocks reversed, and message in a bottle reversed, it's kind of like that they have been trying to send you messages, they have been trying to talk to you, but you guys may have been like blocking it. And also building blocks and chop wood is really about working and putting in the work. And what's interesting is that it's blocked right now. So I feel like Spirit is saying that they don't want you to keep building, or they don't want you to keep working. They want you to really check in and listen to them. It's kind of like, you know, when you're lost and you keep going down the wrong road, it's not actually helpful to just keep moving if you're going in the wrong direction. Or if you know, when you get those like furniture that you have to put together and you get all the directions and it's like put joint C along with like screw A, and you have to like build it. And it's like, you know, if you got those directions wrong and you were building the wrong thing, it wouldn't help you to keep building it, and you would have some like Frankenstein's monster version of a bookcase. It's like, you know, one shelf sticking out the side and the other going straight up, and then like, you know, just things pointing in different directions. Like, obviously, if you do the wrong move, you need to like take it all back apart and build it in the right direction. So there's no point in trying to build something if we're not sure of what that is, or if we're not headed in the right direction and clear about, oh, I'm building this, I know I need to take this step and go there and do this. So I feel like for you guys, again, they want you to check in. They don't want you guys to keep moving forward, or maybe some of you guys are at jobs or in situations where you're like, you're not in love with it, it's not igniting this passion inside of you, but you're just like, well, I'm just gonna keep going because I'm supposed to do that. And I feel like Spirit just wants you really to check in, and I feel like Spirit will create problems for you until you guys are willing to stop and listen. I'm hearing that stop, collaborate, and listen from like MC Hammer. I feel like with fork in the road, some of you guys are going to need to come to a decision point, and they want you to be ready, and they want you to have the kind of answers before that decision comes up. Let me pull some final cards. Can we get some final messages? What messages does pile 3 need to hear? Okay, I'll take out both. What messages does pile 3 need to hear? Oh my gosh, we're getting like the same cards. They just want to, I guess, confirm the message. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've got the 4 of Cups. Are there any final messages? One card at a time. For pile 3, the shrimp, final message. We also got the Emperor, we got the 4 of Wands, and we got the Strength card. And we got the Moon. So the Moon is all about psychic listening, you know, checking in with your psychic abilities. Literally, the description says, listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. Unnecessary worry, let go of your fears, revelations that will make everything clear. So I really feel like maybe your guides have been sending you signs and they really want you to pay attention to them. I feel like some of them have been trying to send you messages and maybe you guys have been blocking them. This one also, the description says, failing to recognize a magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of daily life. And then it says wake up. So yeah, I mean, I feel like for some of you guys, maybe you guys have been getting signs but you've been blocking it, or maybe you have this little niggling feeling inside of you of like, this just doesn't feel right for me, like this lifestyle I've been living or job I've been at or something just doesn't feel right. And I feel like some of you guys are going to be beginning down a journey to really fulfilling your life and to really be getting into your full power, like your emperor power, where you guys are just at the top of your game. But it's almost like some of you guys might need to backtrack or change a lot of things in your life or reroute, because it's almost like for some of you, you're on the wrong path, or you guys haven't been wanting to listen, haven't been wanting to pay attention to what Spirit is telling you. So yeah, I feel like for you guys, there's so much that Spirit wants to bring in. There's so much good celebration. I mean, we got the 6 of Wands here, and we also got the 4 of Wands. And so it's like, we also got the Star. I mean, there's so much positivity that I feel like Spirit wants to bring in, but you might have gone down the wrong path. And so it might be the best thing to kind of pause and listen. What's coming to mind is for me, when I was living a lifestyle where I was going out, and not like it was crazy or anything, but I was definitely going out and partying and just kind of going out all the time with my friends. And I don't think I felt fulfilled spiritually or like mentally, you know what I mean? Like, it was so fun. I'm an extrovert, so it was fun to go out with my friends, and it was so fun to have, you know, a new restaurant to go to every night, or a nightclub that, like, you know, you can party and dance at. But I wasn't fulfilled in my soul, you know what I mean? And so I had a period where I didn't really want to hear that, and I was like, no, I like what I'm doing, I like my life, like, I'm having so much fun. So I felt like Spirit was trying to send me messages, and I kept like pushing them out. And it was almost like things would escalate in my life where I would go out and have it be like a horrible time, or someone would be super rude to me, or like just crazy stuff would happen. And I was like, what is going on? And it finally took me kind of retreating and spending time alone to finally hear the messages. And I feel like for you guys, there might be something like that, where maybe you're having some kind of a life. It obviously doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever's going on with you, where it's just not fulfilling your highest purpose, right? I mean, we only get one life, and we're put on this life to accomplish some special tasks. Like I said, only you have your message, only you have your story to tell. And you have to also have faith that no matter what anyone tries to make you feel, your message is special and important. You're special and important. And, you know, it's worthy of being told. And so I feel like for you guys, there might have to be a period where you like stop and check in and give up whatever it is that you're doing right now. I'm not saying like go out and quit your job or something chaotic, but, you know, have those moments where you can pause, have a weekend where you kind of maybe take a spiritual bath and light some candles and really cleanse your energy, and then meditate, and then try to see what spirit brings up and brings to your attention. Because I feel like they're trying to say that they have been trying to communicate with you, and they want to put you on this path towards the Emperor. But a little bit of changes need to be made. And so I think that there's going to be some recalibration. But for a lot of you guys, maybe you are on the right path, and Spirit just wants to clarify some things, just wants to like make a couple tweaks, you know, like maybe it's not complete rerouting. Maybe it's not, oh, you have to completely move cities and change, you know, careers and change your lifestyle or whatever. Maybe it's just, you have to like tweak this little thing at your job. Maybe you've been dealing with a client in this way and just going to switch it over here. But I feel like each of you guys, it will resonate differently, but Spirit wants to tell you some things to really guide you guys towards your highest power and move you guys forward in a positive way. And I feel like you guys should know that even if nothing seems like it's happening, like maybe, you know, sometimes we got the winter solstice card. In the winter, it seems like nothing's really changing. It's just the same every day. But that's the most powerful growth period, where so much is going on, you know, under the surface. And that's such an important period. Like, I have lived in climates where there is no winter, and as pleasant as it may be to be able to go work out, you know, at 3 p.m. on a January day and still be able to wear shorts, you don't get that beautiful summer where there's green everywhere and it's just so beautiful that you can't believe it. Like, summer pretty much looks the same as winter, as fall, as spring. Maybe there's a little bit of difference, but to me, I prefer that full seasons with like the green bursting out, and then the winter and the red fall and the rainy spring. I love that. And so I feel like for you guys, this might be like a winter rest period. And so don't panic or feel like things aren't moving ahead, because I feel like they are with the Chariot. They want you to know that it is. And this might just be the period for you guys to really decide what it is exactly you want, so that when you enter that spring period where it's time for everything to truly move forward, you'll be ready to go. All your ducks will be lined up in a row, and everything will be able to just shoot forward super fast and happen really quickly. So yeah, I think this, even though it may not seem like the most exciting period, it really is such an important, valuable period. And I feel like your guides just really want to speak to you. So make sure you guys are there to pick up the other end of the phone and actually listen and hear what they have to say, because I think they want to come through really strong for you guys. And since you guys do have psychic abilities, you can't pull the like, oh, I didn't know, I didn't hear you. Because those of us who are gifted with psychic abilities, you know, you can't do the old like, oh, I wasn't sure what you guys were saying. Sorry, I didn't understand. And I got back together with my toxic ex, because they're like, girl, we know you got the message. We know you're psychic. We know you heard us. So you can't use that as an excuse. But, you know, obviously psychic abilities are a blessing. So definitely just use them, you know, listen to the other side when they want to talk to you guys. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated in the comments. I love reading all your comments and stories and reactions. So So let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications if you want to be notified every time I post. I post every few days, so make sure the notifications are on so you can find out as soon as I do post. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading, and I am sending you guys so much love and light. Hopefully next time I will be fully well and high energy again. But yeah, see you guys next time. Bye. Hey pile 4, so if you guys picked this crab sushi, this is going to be your reading. This one looks really realistic. I think it's crab. It might be something else and I'm just unaware, so let me know if it's something else, but I think it's crab. So it looks really good. I wanted to mention up front that I have been sick for the past week, so I'm kind of like low energy today. I'm a little congested. It might come across in my voice, so just know that that's what's going on. I might have to take a couple of breaks, but I think I'll be able to get through it. I feel better doing these readings, and I don't know why I've been having all these weird health issues lately, but hopefully they'll go away soon. With that being said, let's get right into your reading. We got the Tower, the Six of Swords reversed, we got the Four of Swords, we got the King of Wands, we got the Six of Cups, the Chariot, the Queen of Wands, and the Magician. We got the Hanged Man. So I feel like for you guys, there is this leaving behind of something with the two first cards being the Tower and the Six of Wands reversed. You guys are going to be saying goodbye to some period of your life and welcoming in something new. We also got the Hanged Man. So yeah, there could even be a change in perspective, like a different way of viewing things. We did get the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So combined with the Six of Cups, I wouldn't be surprised if it could be some kind of a new romance coming into your life, some kind of a new romantic thing. For some of you guys, this is something you guys have been trying to manifest for a really long time. That's going to be coming in, and forward momentum that's going to be happening for you guys. I also feel like, you know, with the Four of Swords, that talks about kind of like the need for rest. Maybe you guys have been resting or sleeping a lot, but I feel like it's almost like you're ready for this change. I'm feeling very ready, very prepared. I feel like this is something that you guys are welcoming in, that you guys are happy to have happen. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is something that maybe, you know, you guys were trying to manifest and waiting and wondering when it was going to come in. And I feel like for some of you, there may be a change in perspective when this change happens. Like there may be almost a little bit of resistance. Sometimes we manifest things, but we kind of don't know how it's going to take place. And maybe what we picture in our mind is different from how it actually plays out. You know what I mean? Because Spirit has a funny way of like giving us what we want, but it's not always exactly how we would have scripted it. So sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know I was gonna get a new job by being fired from my old job. You know what I mean? And feeling really embarrassed for the couple weeks afterwards when I didn't have a job and I was fired and I just felt so stupid. You know what I mean? So there might be a little bit of a loss, or you guys being resistant or being a little bit scared for this coming in. But I do feel like it's really positive, celebratory energy in the end. So let's get into some of the other oracle cards I pulled for you guys. So we got Yin, and we got Serendipity, and we got Regeneration, which relates to the Tower, and we got Treasure Island. So yeah, this is definitely a positive pile. With Yin, which is more of the divine feminine energy, I do feel like there may be love for some of you that is going to be coming in. I feel like there is going to be a romantic aspect that kind of comes in a way that you guys might not have expected. This might be someone from your past, or someone that reminds you of like a first love type situation, or brings out those feelings for you guys. I feel like, again, there is some kind of major changes or a ripping down of your old life, and this is kind of like a transition. You know, so many of us have been locked up for the past 18 months with the pandemic and everything, where our lives, I think, are going to look very different from how they looked before. And I was just reflecting the other day that I think a lot of people have had positive growth. And maybe that's what this Tower card is about, is just like the new life you guys are going to head into is not going to resemble what you pictured or what your life in the past was. Like, this is like a new you. This is like a complete change of how it was in the past. And there may be a little bit reluctance or kind of nervousness, like, I don't know if I want to do this, or maybe you're a little scared to venture out into the world again, but it's going to be positive. I feel like with serendipity, this is going to come in, like, it's not going to take a lot of effort on your part. It's not like you guys are going to have to push forward and make these changes. A lot of this stuff is going to happen kind of like it just falls into your lap. You know what I mean? You're not going to have to go out there and like push and fight. I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this could be new love. This could be something really positive that is romantic coming in. It even could be like someone from your past. And I feel like it's going to be a very passionate kind of a situation. For those of you where this isn't love, it could just be something you tried to manifest for a really long time, maybe even a career change or money with Treasure Island. But yeah, I feel like I'm not sure, I'm not getting a clear, like, this is definitely love, this is definitely money, but I just feel like a lot of you guys, it's going to be whatever you guys were working on. Some of you guys, this is going to be someone from your past that's stepping forward, that's coming in and kind of bringing up those old feelings. So we also got One Ring Circus, Follow the Leader, Spirit of Place, and Golden Palace. So I feel like for you guys, you know, there may have been a lot of chaos in your past with One Ring Circus. There may have been a situation where everything was kind of in like conflict, or you weren't sure how things were going to happen, or it just seemed like there was a ton of upheaval. There was a ton of chaos going on in your life and unpredictability, and just like you didn't know what to expect. And I feel like Spirit is moving you into like a happier period. I'm getting like a happy vibe, a happy energy. It could be that some of you guys are going to actually make a physical move with Spirit of Place. It could be just that like you're actually going to be taken out of this situation physically. So if you were living in a living situation where there was conflict or something, it could be that you're now moving into like your own apartment or something like that. Also with Golden Palace, it could be, you know, a different living situation. But I feel like, again, Spirit is making all of this happen. With Follow the Leader, I feel like Spirit is going to take this over and just move things along for you. So it's not like something where you guys are going to have to be like working and, you know, fighting and putting in the effort. It's going to happen, I feel like, really easily. I feel like Spirit is kind of taking the lead here and just kind of taking over and pushing things through. And there's going to be almost this portal into like this new life kind of a thing. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be surprised by this. I'm actually hearing from Spirit that's why they're not being too specific, is because they want to have an element of surprise. So that's really interesting. So we also got Waterfall Effortless. Wow. Okay, just like I was saying, Meadow Vulnerability, Dreamtime Creation, Milky Way Perspective, and Forest Breath. So I do pull these out beforehand just to get like a read on things, but I look at them really briefly as I'm like shuffling. So I didn't know we were gonna get like effortless right after I said that, but that's totally the energy. I forget about the cards, most of them, and once in a while one will stick out. But yeah, I feel like this is going to happen so easily. There's so many cards that I'm just feeling like there's almost like a surprise Spirit has, and I feel like this is really going to align you with a new path. I almost feel like this is one of those changes that happens when someone least expects it, where you'll just be kind of living your life, maybe attached to a certain lifestyle you have, and then Spirit is like, oh, nope, and just kind of rips it out. And I feel like in a way, for some of you guys, I do feel like this might be new love, or I don't know how to describe this. It's almost like if this is not an actual love relationship, this is like some kind of a lifestyle that makes you feel young, makes you feel that, you know, when you're young and in love and like the whole world just seems like it's like beautiful and happy. Like you can be walking down the street and, you know, a car honks their horn at you and someone screams at you and you're like, ah, what a beautiful world. Like it just doesn't, nothing annoys you. Everything seems perfect. At least for me, that's how I felt when I was like young and in love. And I feel like that's going to be the vibe. You know what I mean? Like even if it's not a direct love relationship, there's going to be this beautiful, it's almost like you guys have had to be fighting for so long and you guys have had to be like tough. And now it's like you guys are going to be in a place where you can kind of like relax, take a breath, as we got forest breath. Like it's like you guys can have that space to kind of be more vulnerable, be more of that young, sweet version of yourself. Like I feel like part of being young and in love is like you're just at the age when you're very open to things and the world just seems so nice. You haven't been jaded yet. You haven't been like, oh my God, people are kind of douchebags. You know what I mean? Like you haven't reached that stage in your life where you're starting to take off those rose-colored glasses. You're a lot more innocent, naive, vulnerable, but it's a beautiful time, you know, hopefully. I mean, obviously people have different life experiences. So, you know, some people may have had a more difficult childhood or may not have been able to stay in that energy as long. But I feel like for most people, like that youthful period is like where you're more trusting, you're more open, you see the world as more beautiful. And I feel like you guys are going to be moving into that. It's almost like I feel like you guys are going to be, I'm seeing like little orphan Annie in my mind. I'm seeing her from that scene when, like, you know, she goes to Daddy Warbucks's house and she's like, oh my God, like a bath and like clothes, and it's like, wow, I didn't know this kind of life existed. I'm seeing that for you guys. I'm seeing that scene so clearly in my mind. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to be a returning to, or maybe some of you guys have never experienced this, but it's almost like you're like, wow, this can happen. Like I never would have expected that. Maybe you guys have been going through a really hard period with the Tower and with the Six of Swords, where it's like everything has been so hard. And it's almost like you've just expected or accepted, like, that's just how life is. Like, life is hard. And it's like, Spirit is going to say, like, what you thought, no, and is going to take you into more of a vulnerable, sweet place and be like, hey, listen, by the way, I got this. I can handle it. It could be an actual person who's coming into your life to bring you into that energy. It could be a romantic partner. Like, there's definitely, especially with yin, and this is the vibe. If this was a romantic partner, this could apply to like a guy asking about a girl or whatever. Take it as it resonates, but I definitely feel like for a lot of you, this might be like a divine masculine, because this is like a masculine kind of role of like making your life feel very easy and taking care of things for you. That's not really the role of the feminine. It's the role of the masculine, is to like give, take care of, protect. And that's kind of the vibe. So I feel like this could be a romantic relationship that brings this in, or it could just be Spirit transforming your life so that this is more of the feeling you have of like, I can relax, I can be vulnerable. Life isn't so hard. I'm not fighting as much. So what are the other cards we got? We got positive movement forward, the waiting game, recognition and reward, balance, passion ignited. So yeah, I feel like this is just going to be a big positive change for you guys. I actually think the waiting game was reversed. So I'm going to flip that around. And I feel like this is letting you guys know that if you guys have been stuck in a very negative cycle, that it is going to start coming to an end. And I feel like a lot of this is going to be just, it's going to happen easily. You know what I mean? You guys aren't going to have to like work for it. Sometimes to end a negative cycle, it involves a lot of work on our end, a lot of effort, but it's almost like this is going to happen very easily. I feel like for some of you guys, there has been almost like a jaded or depressed energy, and not trying to like diagnose anyone or make any comments about, you know, medical decisions or anything like that. But I just feel like there is going to be, if there has been like heavy, hard, dark energy kind of hanging around, that's going to start lifting, and it's almost like you're going to have your spark back in life. I'm kind of getting the vibe, and maybe it's not just this, maybe it's been deeper than that, but maybe for some of you guys during this pandemic, it's been really hard with some of the lockdowns or some of the restrictions that have been going on. I know some people have had a really hard time, not being able to see friends or family as much, and other, changes in behavior that took place were just really difficult for a lot of people to deal with. So I feel like if that has been your situation, that is going to start becoming a lot easier. It's almost like you get your spark back in life, you get your happiness back in life. There's a mindset shift where even like some things that might have bothered you in the past start changing, and a lot of this is going to just become easier. It's just like feeling a lot easier. Positive movement forward and passion ignited. Like I feel like with the Queen and King of Wands, it's like you are going to just feel a lot more enthusiastic about things. Like there is not going to be this difficulty, this depressed, like, oh, I can't believe I have to get out of bed, or I can't believe I have to do this. It's like you're just going to start seeing the world in a different way. And I feel like that is just going to make everything so much easier. So we also got a man holding a heart, door to personal healing and happiness, action, and storm warning. So I do feel like for some of you guys, this might be like an actual romantic person coming through. Like it is funny with love, how that makes your whole perspective change. I'm hearing this song, Love Makes the World Go Round, from the 1960s. I don't know who it's by, but I love that song, and I listen to it like, I don't know, it's on my shuffle, so I listen to it whenever it comes up on shuffle. But it's a great like 60s kind of vibe, and it's so like happy-go-lucky world kind of energy. I feel like back in the 60s and the 50s, a lot of the music was very happy, very like lighthearted. You know what I mean? It was like a different era, and people just seemed like, at least some of the music from back then just seemed very like pure, very like happy and positive. And probably if you made music like that now, people might make fun of you or be like, oh, you don't want to talk about the deep stuff. But I like those songs. They put me in a good vibe, and I almost feel like that's kind of the vibe that's coming through, is like there's this happiness, almost like there's a spring in your step. There's a positivity. It's like things that may have been hard for you before, like daily tasks, like maybe you went through a period where you were just like not changing your clothes every day, or not showering, or not cooking for yourself healthily, and you were just ordering takeout, not working out, kind of those things that we a lot of times associate with depression. I was actually just thinking today about how so many times I feel like someone might get diagnosed with depression or something, and it's like, maybe your situation is just really hard. Maybe you're not depressed. Maybe you're perfectly sane and thinking of everything very accurately, and like your situation sucks. Maybe you live with people who are nasty or mean to you, and it's very smart that you're feeling upset about it, you know what I mean? But it's like, obviously you don't want to stay in that energy forever, and it's important to get ourselves into a situation where we can thrive and we can feel good and we can feel really positive. So I just feel like this could be a change in your circumstances. Some of you guys could be moving, some of you guys could be switching jobs, or having a new love come in that really excites you and makes you happy and makes you not feel as tired. Maybe you guys have been sleeping a lot with the Four of Swords and stuff, and it's like suddenly you have your energy back. Suddenly you're ready to go work out, ready to start the day with like a healthy smoothie, instead of you guys being like, oh, I'll order food delivery again and I'll just eat fast food or something. You're like, let me go get something healthy, and you're excited and you have so much energy. So it's like door to personal healing and happiness. This is my favorite card in all the decks, and I just feel like it is about a new fresh start. It is about you guys really leveling up, coming into a more positive place, coming into, it's so funny when we're in a positive place, it's so much easier to manifest. It's so much easier to make things happen and kind of shift the energy in our life when we're coming at it from a high vibe. That's so important. As I've learned more about manifesting, I've learned that my vibrational field that I'm in and my energy that I'm coming at it with, when I'm like, woo, I'm feeling on top of the world, it's so easy to manifest things quickly. And when I'm feeling low, I can still manifest, but it's like it takes more effort. You know what I mean? It's kind of like working out. If you do work out, those days when you go to the gym and you're just like, I actually worked out a lot. I think I got extra sick because I went for a 4-hour walk. For some reason I was just walking and really enjoying the walk, and I was so tired at the end, and then I was sick as a dog the next day, and on that walk I remember thinking, especially towards the end, I'm so tired, should I even sit down? And then I was like, no, it's just a walk, just keep going. But I'm feeling that it's when you go through something and it's just so hard and you're like, I'm so tired, what's going on? And then there's days when you go on a walk or you go work out and you're just you're so excited, you're running, you have so much energy. And I feel like if you guys have been feeling really tired, really down in the dumps, this is a shift to you guys being in a more positive mindset, and that makes everything easier. And it's almost like you guys are going to feel I feel like you guys are going to feel more protected, safer. There may have been this feeling of unsafety, or you guys not feeling like you could really be yourselves, or just not feeling safe in this world. And I feel like that is going to start shifting, and I feel like that's just going to make everything easier. So what else does pile 4 need to know? Can you give us more guidance cards? One card at a time, please. We got the 8 of coins, we got the 8 of pentacles, and we got the 5 of cups, we got the 10 of swords, the 3 of cups. Wow, so that's a celebration card. The King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So once again, more wand energy, fire energy. One more clarifying card. Can we get one more clarifying card for pile 4? Wow, we got the Ace of Wands. Wow. So yeah, this is a new energy coming into your life. This is a new bright spark where I feel like things that may have been difficult in the past, or things that have been weighing on you, are going to start going away. I love this description we have for the 10 of Swords. The end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction. And the 5 of Cups, focusing on the negative, things not turning out the way you anticipated. So it's very yeah, there's this depressed energy where with the 5 of Cups you can be staring at the cups that fell over, and not the new cups that are fresh and standing upright. So I feel like sometimes, this might be a mindset shift with some of you guys, or it might be a shift in your situation where you're suddenly able to bring a lot more happiness, and suddenly things just start seeming like they're just turning out in the right direction. You know how in that movie 500 Days of Summer, where I think I might be making this up in my mind because I haven't seen that movie in a few years, but I think I remember a scene where he's going around when he's first in love with Summer, and it's just everything seems so perfect, everyone seems so friendly, everyone seems so awesome, and then they show him when they kind of break up, and it's he's just so depressed, and the same situation, the same person saying hi to him seems like a negative, seems the person's in a bad mood, and the same kind of weather seems like a beautiful day or a horrible day. You know what I mean? So I feel with you guys, this is going to be a mindset situational shift. It's going to be you guys, discovering something that really you love and excites you. it might be some of you guys going back to school or just deciding on work that really you're so thrilled about. But I feel like there's going to be more like involvement with the world. I feel like you guys are going to be not feeling so distant from the world, feeling so removed, feeling like, I don't really, I don't feel invested. I don't know what to do. I'm just bored, or I just don't really like anything going on. Like, you guys are going to feel so enthusiastic, and there's this potential for you guys to have a lot of money and for you guys to really make things happen. But I just feel like the most important thing is going to be this spark, like suddenly this energy, this enthusiasm. I'm hearing, zeal, and I memorized this when I was a kid for some reason. There was like a poster that said this, and so it said zeal and enthusiasm that makes the ordinary extraordinary, or that brings the extraordinary out of the ordinary. So it's like you guys are going to have this enthusiasm that suddenly transforms everything and makes everything, a beautiful day that may have been, someone else may look at it and be like, oh, it's cloudy and raining, and you'll be like, I love rain, I'm so excited, So I feel like there is going to be shifts in your life that brings you into more of this energized thing. And I feel like Spirit has made it very clear that a lot of this stuff, it's not going to be something you're gonna have to do and like seek out and work really hard for. It's not going to require like a ton of effort or hard work or breaking your back for it. I feel like Spirit is just going to end this cycle and kind of shift things along for you guys. It's almost like maybe Spirit knows that you guys are a little exhausted, a little overwhelmed. So it's kind of like Jesus is taking the wheel, as the song goes, Jesus take the wheel, like whatever your religion, Spirit take the wheel. Like, I feel like this is going to be Spirit moving things along for you guys, and you guys not having to work as hard or exhaust yourselves in the process. It's going to be positivity coming in, and you guys suddenly just feeling like, oh, wow, things just got so much easier. I know I've had that time when like it just seemed like whatever I did, I was facing opposition, and then suddenly it seems like, oh, like this is so much easier. Like when you're like, you have to drive up a hill, and even if you're like if you're going down the highway and you're going like 60 miles an hour, at least in my car, like where I'll be like having to put my foot all the way down on the accelerator, and I'm still like, oh my God, it's not going the speed I wanted to. Whereas when you're on a flat or you're going downhill, all you have to do is like barely touch the acceleration and you're speeding along. And so I feel like it's like you guys have been having to go uphill, and it's been really hard, and you're about to crest over that and go downhill and just be like, oh, this is so easy. So I feel like Spirit is just going to make things flow. And if you guys have been frustrated or feeling like, why do I keep getting opposition, know that this is going to end this cycle. Things are going to flow a lot easier for you guys, and it's going to be a lot more beauty that you're going to start seeing in the world. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to appreciate things more. You're going to have that space to really take things in, to really see the world and kind of take a breath and kind of be present in the moment, because there's going to be so much more positivity that it's just going to shift your perspective. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated in the comments. I really love hearing your stories and input. I hope next week I will be feeling better and no more health issues, so I will be able to bring more energy into the reading. But please let me know if it resonated, guys. Also make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to see more, make sure you're subbed and you have notifications on so you can find out as soon as I post. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading. I am sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.